Hey guys, Rowan Talk Football here, back again with another video on the channel, and today we're talking about another managerial departure. Well, there's actually been two, so it'll be two separate videos, but this one is about Chelsea, and they have finally pulled the trigger on Graham Potter. He has been sacked, so we're going to look into his reign at Chelsea, what went well, what obviously went wrong, why he was sacked, and who they could look to appoint in the future. Once again, guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure to like, comment and subscribe on the road to 100 subscribers. Let's get straight on into the video and talk about this. So, of course, Graham Potter only lasted 6 months in charge of Chelsea. Could have been 7, sorry, might be 6 or 7 months. Was appointed in September following the sacking of Thomas Tuchel early on in the season, which, again, I said at the time I disagreed with, because I thought that they'd just given him a transfer window, and literally one game after that transfer window shut, I think they lost to Dinamo Zagreb in the Champions League first game. He was sacked. That's what I referred to him I disagree with, because obviously the squad he just brought in, he needed to gel players. He brought in the likes of Kalidou Koulibaly, Marco Cucurella, Wesley Fofana, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So there's quite a lot of players that had been brought in, and he needed to gel them into the squad. Now, obviously, Graham Potter, who had a very good reputation at Brighton, came in and started off very well. I think he won the first 3 games, picking up wins, and everybody thought it was all going to go well. But then since then, it's all just not gone wrong. You could see before the World Cup break that there was a lot of problems in the team. They were very poor. They were struggling to score goals. I think they lost 1-0 to Arsenal in one of the last games before the World Cup, and I remember they could have lost that one by at least 3 or 4 goals, but Arsenal weren't clinical that day. Obviously did get the win. So there's a lot of problems there, and obviously coming back after the World Cup, they started off with a 2-0 win over Bournemouth, but this year it's just been terrible. And you think of the money they spent in January, they bought the likes of Mudryk from Shakhtar Donetsk for over £100 million. He looks an absolute waste of time. Noni Madueke from PSV Eindhoven hasn't had a game time. He hasn't had enough time to play. Obviously, like Fofana, striker, a youngster. They've also bought Enzo Fernandez for over £100 million. Okay, he's decent enough, but again, it's not that he hasn't had the time to gel these players in. It's the fact I think they spent a lot of money. Obviously, there was calls for him to be sacked. They lost 3 games in a row. I think they lost at Tottenham and also lost to Southampton at home, which are games they should be winning. Obviously, I know they lost to Southampton earlier this season. Southampton have done a double over Chelsea this season. So there's a lot of problems on the pitch for Graham Potter, and I think we all saw this coming after this 2-0 defeat to Aston Villa on Saturday. But the thing is, I think with the win over Dortmund, I thought he might have got a bit more time. I said after the Villa game Saturday, I thought he was in more trouble again, purely because obviously Chelsea dropped into the bottom half of the table, and they were about 12 points off the Champions League. Their only chance of getting Champions League football is in the Champions League, obviously winning it by winning the Champions League against Real Madrid, and then obviously going on to obviously going on to win it. But obviously the trouble is that they play in a semi-final, supposed to play Bayern Munich or Manchester City. So yeah, was I shocked at the news last night? Yes, because I thought they might have given him a few more weeks. I didn't understand what was the point of sacking a manager when there's literally 10 games left of the season. I thought he might have sent out the season, gone again. So what they've done this season, Chelsea, basically, Todd Bowley said he did not want to be like Roman Abramovich. He has ended up like Roman Abramovich because he's given Tuchel a transfer window, sacked him. He's given Potter a transfer window and then sacked him. So yeah, not great, but I can see why it was done. But let's have a look at possible lineups for. So obviously the main man for the job, and the one that's been talked about the most, is Julian Nagelsmann, who I believe said he wanted to take a break from football. Whether they will appoint him before the end of the season or appoint manager before the end of the season, we remain to be seen. All we know is Bruno has been given, the former Brighton defender who became a Potter, he's an interim charge. He's likely to take charge of the game against Liverpool and probably the one against Wolves the weekend before they try and get a new manager. I think it's going to take a little bit of process here. They're not going to just do it on the spot, because obviously with Tuchel, this one, Graham Potter came in like 2 days after he was sacked. And yeah, so let's have a look and see what happens, because I think it's going to be a long process for Chelsea. They need to get the right man in charge, because this season is a write-off for them. They're not going to get in the top 4. Might still get European football in the Conference League if they're lucky, but this season needs to be a complete write-off. They need to look at the transfer policy of players they've been buying in, because some of the players they've bought in have not been good enough. Look at the likes of Koulibaly, look at the likes of Mudryk, not been good enough at all this season. So that's the trouble, and I think they need to reinvest and get some better players in next season to have a chance. I mean, look at Aubameyang, not even there. Trouble is with them is they haven't got an out-and-out striker, and this is the trouble that Potter had. When scoring goals, you need to have creativity. They didn't have that at all. So let me know down in the comments below who you think Graham Potter's replacement will be. I'll give a name. I think it's going to be either Julian Nagelsmann or Mauricio Pochettino, because they're the only 2 names that really link. But I don't know if Pochettino would take it. Obviously, he managed Tottenham. But let me know down in the comments what you think. Obviously, Chelsea play tomorrow night against Liverpool. Will we see a reaction from the players? I don't know. We don't know, because we never know. Because obviously Liverpool as well trying to fight for top 4. Very unlikely look like they're getting it. But who knows what can happen. But let me know, guys, down in the comments below what you think of this whole situation. Was it the right decision to sack Graham Potter? I still think it probably wasn't. I think if they would have lost to Real Madrid in the Champions League, I think he would have been a gone man. And considering the other week when he said that in an interview, saying that he would try to win Chelsea the Champions League with a little bit of explicit language, it's all gone wrong since then. But obviously, it's been a lot of problems this season. I still think he was the wrong man from the start. I don't think you should replace Thomas Tuchel with someone like Graham Potter. No disrespect to Potter. He's just not got that calibre of a top-class manager. He might have done a good job at Brighton, but like I said, you look at Brighton since he's left. Roberto De Zerbi's done an incredible job there. He's having a fab time, and they look like they could have a more chance of reaching European football than Chelsea this season. That just sums it up. But let me go down in the comments below what you think. Thank you all for watching. Keep an eye out there. If you haven't yet, check the other video that went up today on Brendan Rodgers. I'm talking through that one. Thank you all for watching again on the road to 100 subscribers. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to this channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.